What's going on, real estate family? My name is Wandile Mr. W, and I work very closely with real estate agents, specifically top agents and agencies who want to grow and scale to the next level. Now, I have another channel, but this one specifically is going to be more focused on no BS advice. I'm just going to be telling it like it is. I might cuss here and there, I might just offend you here and there, but honestly, I don't care because I want to help you at the end of the day. So if you want a little bit more political advice, go and check out king.listing. I've got more videos over there, but here I'm just literally giving away straight talk, telling you everything that I've learned working with over 500 plus agents, helping them facilitate over 2,000 deals, utilizing tech and AI, and what I noticed, what separated the top guys versus the average guys versus those who just completely suck. So first things first is you need to master yourself first. I've spent so much money on coaches and books and really understanding what really makes a top performer. And I'll tell you now, every single person that I've heard from, every single person that I've learned from, even the people who I regard in a very high manner, they have mastered themselves. What do I mean by mastering themselves? These guys are very disciplined, they are very focused, they know what they want, and they're self-aware. So I'm going to do the best I can to really break it down for you guys, especially for those who are not on this level yet. When I talk about mastering yourself, I mean you really need to know yourself better than you know yourself. And one of the best exercises I did for myself was I did an exercise with GPT where basically I told GPT everything. Every single day, day in, day out, I would tell it everything. And the whole reason why I told it everything was because I wanted it to monitor my emotions, my stress levels, how I felt, my energy levels, everything I told it. And then every Sunday, for a full month, it would give me an audit in terms of when were my peak performance days, when were my low performance days, when did I feel more motivated, when did I feel more excited, when did I hate my life, when did I question what I was doing. It literally broke it down for me in detail. And I realized that my Wednesdays and Thursdays are my weak spots. But every other day, every other day was super manageable for me because I could then handle whatever workload it was, because I was really peaking normally around Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, I was really utilizing the energy that was still lingering from the weekend. Why? Because on weekends, that's when I created content. That's when I was really alive. And that's when I really felt my authentic self. But then comes during the week, I can't create content. I need to deal with all this bullshit and clients, all these self-entitled clients who don't want to pay any money, but then they still want the moon and the stars. Yes, I hated that. But at the end of the day, I just needed to do what I needed to do. So that exercise really helped me become more self-aware on when were my best days and when were my worst days. But for me, I don't view anything as bad. I just view it as a lesson. And I looked at Wednesdays and Thursdays as a way for me to recalibrate my energy and just to jump back straight into it. So I would highly suggest that you need to start mastering yourself when it comes to everything. And the best way for you is to, number one, remove all the vices. Stop drinking, stop smoking, stop doing all the bullshit things that are holding you back. Because those things, unfortunately, it's very difficult to multitask when you it's very difficult to multitask your goals, your vision, your habits, or healthy habits with bad habits. For me personally, I just remove them altogether. And that has really helped me bring it down to baseline. Because if you're going to smoke, drink, and do all that nasty stuff, what is it doing? It's bringing you lower because it's going to take time for you to recover so you can get back to baseline. I think it's pretty simple. That for me has been a massive game changer. Just literally stopping all the BS things and focusing on the things that make me happy. Now, once you're on baseline, start to look at positive habits that align with you and that make you feel good. I love working out. I love eating clean. I love adding value to people. I love just creating content because I know I'm making an impact in people's lives. And all you just need to do is do more of those every single day. Because what is that going to do? It's going to increase your energy. When you increase your energy, you increase your frequency. When you increase your frequency, you start to align with other frequencies that are on that level. I'm not going to break it down over here for my spiritual people, but go and read David Hawkins' I think it's David Hawkins' book where he speaks about frequency and energy. But long story short, guys, mastering yourself first is one of the best things that you will ever do for your life. Okay, so if you want to make 6 figures a month, that number one is the foundation. Number two, okay, you need to track your numbers. Far too many real estate agents, even the top guys, don't track their numbers. How can you know where you are stuck? How can you know where you have potential? How can you know what's stopping you if you don't track your numbers? Now, this is the best way I could really explain it, is that McDonald's sells over 1 billion Big Macs every single year. Why do they do that? Is because, guys, Big Mac is a winning formula. Okay, if you had to go to the pharmacy and they're giving you antibiotics, the reason why that antibiotic is working very well is because they've mastered the perfect formula, okay, that's repeatable, that they can repeat it over and over and over and over again because they've tracked it down to the milligrams of how much compounds or how much of these elements need to be put together to make that final product. So the beauty around tracking your numbers is that once you've tracked your numbers, then everything is an easy numbers game. Now you know exactly what your KPIs are in order for you to hit that particular goal. This isn't boiling down just to cold calling. Oh, if I hit 100 numbers, I'm going to get X amount of deals. No, this tracks down to everything. How many follow-ups does it take for you to get a person to say yes? How many WhatsApp messages does it take for a person to finally view it, right? How many clicks do you need to get on your ads in order for people to opt in? How many leads do you need to get on a day-to-day basis in order for you to set appointments? You need to be tracking everything so that every single month you look at your spreadsheet and you look at what percentages have you improved by. This isn't just in business. This is with everything in life. I track down to how much water I drink every single day. How many macros am I hitting? My protein, my carbs, my fats. You have to be intentional with your numbers and you have to be intentional with your life. Hence why I said first things first, you need to master yourself. When you master yourself, then you can start tracking your numbers through everything in your life. How you do one thing is how you do everything. You cannot just do one thing and expect everything to fall into place. You need to focus it on all areas. So what numbers must you master? Personally, if you're in real estate, you need to master how many offers are you making on a day-to-day basis? How many presentations are you doing on a day-to-day basis? How many leads are you getting on a day-to-day basis? Okay, and then lastly, what is your appointment rate? It's very important to understand all these numbers because once you understand these numbers, then it's just a matter of clockwork and you just repeat it over and over and over again so that you don't go through these cycles and ups and downs. You gradually improve because you now know what numbers you need to hit, especially in the slow times or the slow months, in order for you to keep pushing and pushing through. Okay. Now, the next one, if you want to do about 6 figures a month, you need to leverage technology. So in this channel, I'm really going to be focusing a lot on AI and how to utilize AI to help you get to the next level. Gone are those days where you just need to do things manually. If you're still doing things manually, then get off my channel because this is not going to help you. There's no use doing things traditionally anymore. You have to stop it, guys. You have to stop doing things traditionally. I'm not saying stop it altogether, but you want to leverage technology because technology is going to be your best friend. Okay, that's like someone saying, well, look, I don't want to drive to my destination. I'm just going to walk to it. We have cars now which make our lives convenient to get us from A to B. We have Uber Eats to make things convenient for us to get the food that we need immediately. So why don't you utilize technology like AI to help you get to the next level? God knows, I don't know why. There's so many AI tools and algorithms and softwares that you can utilize that will make your life a lot easier. There's AI agents that you can utilize. Go check out Vappy. Go check out Synthflow. Okay, if you want to start attracting more leads, go and utilize Meta because Meta's AI algorithm, Meta's AI brain is one of the smartest brains in the world. Why? Because it has the most data on everyone else. So if it knows exactly who's looking for what, who's searching for what, who's liking what, who's clicking on what, then best believe if you're looking for someone who's looking to buy or sell, it knows exactly who to target. Okay, you also want to utilize the right AI forms, especially when people are filling out a form to engage with you so that it knows exactly who's a qualified lead and who's not a qualified lead. Go and check out tools like AppointmentWise, which is more focused on engaging with your leads that sounds exactly like you so that you're able to engage with them and close them. There's so many AI tools which I'll break down in this channel where you can then utilize that to help you reach the next level, but it's only up to you. If you master yourself, if you know what you need to do, if you're tracking your numbers and you're using and leveraging technology, you're going to grow to the next level. And then lastly, you want to hang around people doing better than you. I can't tell you how many people I have met in my life that were doing better than me, where they changed my life completely. I then realized I wasn't doing shit. I realized I wasn't doing enough outreach messages. I realized I wasn't working hard enough. I realized I wasn't believing in myself enough. I realized that I wasn't focusing on self-improvement. There's so many things that people who are doing better than you will teach you without them having to tell you, just by simply hanging out with them. I remember chatting with one of my business partners, and he was like, oh yeah, last month we did about 15 mil. In my head, I'm like, this guy's casually talking about making 15 million. Okay. And already at the end of my head, I'm like, okay, cool. We need to work a little bit harder because this guy is just casually talking about making 15 million rand. Okay. So then I realized, okay, cool. We need to push a little bit harder. And that is the core purpose around hang around people who are doing better than you. You automatically then know that you need to keep pushing. You know that you need to keep pushing harder than what you usually are, because most people around you are average. Most people around you are doing average at best. But if you hang around people who are doing better than you, you really start to pick up the pace. You start to increase your standards. When you increase your standards, that's when you master yourself. When you track your numbers, that's when you start to see what you need to improve on. Once you start leveraging technology, you start to get on their level. And once you start hanging around people who are doing better than you, you start to automatically match on their frequency, match on their level, and start getting to the numbers that you need to hit. Anyways, guys, if you got a lot of value in that, click the subscribe button. I've got more fires, more bombs coming through. As I said, I want to make this as authentically me, not shadowing anything, not covering anything. If I need to cuss, I will cuss. I'm going to say it exactly like it is. And if you want no BS advice, click on the subscribe button. And if you want more help, or if you need assistance on getting AI or utilizing any technology to help you get to the next level for your real estate business, click on the link below. I'm going to insert my calendar link. Let's have a conversation. Let me see how I can help you. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Hey V.